guys, welcome back to the series. This morning I just want to follow up on our thought from last time. Jesus drew a distinction between that which helps us and others in following him and cultivating a relationship with God, and that which might bring harm to ourselves or to others. And to the stuff that might bring harm, he says, get ruthless. Cut that stuff off of your life. Then he goes on, these last two verses of Mark chapter 9, everything will be salted with fire. Salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, how can you make it salty again? Have salt in yourselves and be at peace with each other. Now these are really interesting words from Jesus, and at first glance don't really seem to have anything to do with what he has been talking about. But I believe that Jesus is talking about a fire of a different kind. Rather than the fires of hell that he has been warning about in the previous episode, Jesus is now talking about the fire of sacrifice. Everything will be salted with fire, he said. And in the Old Testament model of sacrifice, salt was a necessary item to go with the sacrifices that the Israelites would bring to God. The Bible talks about a covenant of salt, and this salt was to act as a preservative to meat, but also to add flavor to the sacrifice. Now in Romans chapter 12, Paul encourages believers to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice to the Lord. When we combine these ideas together, Jesus saying everything will be salted with fire, coming from an Old Testament perspective, and this realization that his Jewish listeners would have had that salt was a necessary ingredient in their sacrifices. Combining that with Paul's instruction to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, and what do we have? This call that what was pictured in the Old Testament as offering a sacrifice is now carried through in the New Testament, the New Covenant, that you and I as followers of Jesus become living sacrifices, and that our very lives are to be flavored and seasoned with salt. And hence Jesus is saying salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, what good is it? How can you make it salty again? In Matthew's Gospel, Jesus says, you are the salt of the earth. And so we have this picture that as believers, as followers of Jesus, we are to be flavor bringers. We are to bring that which preserves relationships, that preserves hope, that which preserves the kingdom of God in our midst. This is worked out as we offer our bodies as a daily living sacrifice, and as we live in peace with each other. Have salt in yourselves, Jesus says, and be at peace with each other. So taking this picture, let me encourage you today to get salty, to bring out flavor, to induce thirst in the lives of those around you, to carry on this covenant of salt as we offer our bodies as living sacrifices in the service to our God.